There was a recent column that talked about Tennessee's wide receivers and how they were one of the most, was it confident groups, or that this particular writer had the most confidence in? Can you help me with that? Was it Mr. Crawford by chance? Brad Crawford?
This was on Saturday Down South, right?
Okay. So anyway, he said that it's one of the positions that he had the most confidence in on any team in the nation. And I'm here to tell you that I have complete confidence in Tennessee's wide receivers because of Josh Heupel and what they brought in. But I'm going to be real honest with you. They're not as high on the scale of confidence that I have for some other teams. And that's going to lead us to Four Downs, which is right now. And Four Downs is brought to you by Craft Treats. So level of confidence, scale of 1 to 10. Four Downs brought to you by crafttreats.com.
Four Downs. 4 questions. 4 answers. The Dave Hooker Show.
Four
Downs. A presentation of OffTheHookSports.com.
All right, jump in there, message board. I want to hear you. We're going to go scale of confidence with running backs, wide receivers, offensive line, and quarterbacks. Brought to you by Craft Treats. Use the promo code OffTheHook for those chill pills. If your pet has any digestive issues or arthritis or social anxiety, it'll take care of it. Pretty awesome. And they have other non-CBD treats as well. So go to crafttreats.com and use the promo code OffTheHook, the promo code OffTheHook, and you will save 20%. That's pretty strong. So here we go. Scale of confidence, 1 to 10. I want to start with Tennessee's wide receivers, which got this conversation started. 1 to 10. Caleb Calhoun, where are you?
I'm a 9. I'm a 9, and I don't know why I'm not a 10. Maybe it's just because of the players they lost, but forget it. I'm a 10. I'm a 10. There's no between Squirrel White, Dante Thornton, Ramel Keaton, and Brew McCoy, I'm a 10.
I'm a 7, and I'm a little more cynical because we are talking about a transfer, and I got to see a little bit more athleticism from Ramel Keaton to think of him as a Hyatt or even a Tillman or even a McCoy. All right, so that was wide receivers. You're a 10, I'm a 7. And we're going to get to eventually running backs because that's what I wrote about. It's on offthesports.com. Offensive line, no Darnell Wright, scale of 1 to 10. And by the way, everybody, 7 means I'm very confident. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm a 5. We don't know what Gerald Mincey can do when he moves over to right tackle. Massive questions at left tackle, and massive questions at left guard, and massive questions on backup center. The only thing you know for sure is Cooper Mays and Javonte Spraggins.
Okay, I'll say I'm probably a little bit higher, but I don't want to say as high as wide receivers. So I'm going to go ahead and bump wide receivers up to 8, and I'll take the offensive line at a 7. So I readjusted. All right. Next, the running backs, which I wrote about, which I believe, I'll go ahead and go on record right now. I have more confidence in them based off what I've heard about Dylan Sampson, not publicly, but within that program, that they're going to be special good. So I'll go first. Scale of 1 to confidence. This is 3rd down. I will go 10. I'm not sold on Cam Seldon yet, but he certainly looked the part. At the very least, they have 3 guys that can play at a high level. Jabari Small, even though he put on 15 pounds last year, he did get banged up, so he can take fewer carries. And the thing that we don't say oftentimes enough is Jalen Rice just darn good. We don't say that enough. So I'm a complete 10. I think Tennessee will have its best group of tailbacks since, when we talk trios, since the 90s. Now, they don't have 2 that are as good as Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara, but if you want to talk 3, I think we're talking about 20 or so years. And there I am on that. So I'm a 10. Where are you, Caleb?
I'm close. I mean, I'm a 9. The only reason I'm a 9 is I think Dylan Sampson is the only transformative, transcendent running back on the roster that I think could be an NFL star. So if he got hurt, I'm not so sure yet. Even though I think Jabari Small and Jalen Wright are reliable, but I can't put it like a 10 is like 1998 when you have 2 running backs who would be Pro Bowlers, who would become Pro Bowlers in the NFL, one a 2,000 yard rusher. That's a 10.
Agreed. I'll add to this. I'm not sold on Cam Seldon yet because they've thrown guys out there in the past, and I've seen this covering football for a quarter of a century. They sometimes throw some guys out there in spring because they don't want to have the other guys beat up. So I think a lot of people, this time last year, we were talking about Justin Williams Thomas was going to be the man. So I'm not sold yet on Cam Seldon. I may be within like 2 weeks, but I'm sold on the other trio. I think Tennessee, barring a rash of injuries, will be very, very good at the running back position in this order. Big playability, Sampson, Wright, Small out of that trio. I think they'll be very, very good. So there we go. So you can have faith in Tennessee's wide receivers because of Josh Heupel, and you should. You can have faith in the offensive line because remember, he also flip-flopped the offensive line with Darnell Wright last year, which I thought was insane. That worked. You can have faith in the quarterback based off what he's done with Hendon Hooker. But I believe you should have the most confidence of any position group on offense out of the running backs. That's where I am on that.